When we think about sneakers, we usually think of something fresh, something new, and usually a few $100s away. But these sneakers will make you rethink how much money can you really wear on your feet, because these are the most expensive sneakers in the world. And before we even get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to get the most exquisite content on luxury. Number 10. Buscemi's 100 Diamond Sneakers. American-based and globally available luxury brand created by John Buscemi, committed to create the most elegant sneakers out there, and very few lucky ones that attended Buscemi's Soho flagship opening party in New York City in 2016 were greeted with an exclusive look at the label's luxurious new sneaker. Snagging the silhouette of the already coveted 100mm, this model includes 11.50 carats of diamonds from jeweler Cheyenne, as well as the signature 18K gold hardware. This incredibly expensive model sold for $132,000. Number 9. Bill Bowerman Handmade Waffle Spike Shoes. Bill Bowerman is the heart of Nike. Bowerman, one of Nike's founder, was one of the greatest innovators of his generation in regards to shoe ingenuity and design. Obsessed with weight and performance, Bowerman would build shoes for his University of Oregon runners from scratch, often using an assemblage of raw materials. This pair, made by Nike's co-founder exclusively for his runner John Mays, represents an iconic chapter in the origin of one of America's greatest companies, Nike. These shoes, produced in the early 70s, with its most recent modification since 1974, are now glued together as opposed to stitched. The brown glue can be seen throughout the uppers, and especially where the layers of materials are held together. Unfortunately, as a result of this intensive and careful process, often undertaken in places without the proper ventilation, Bill would later suffer from nerve damage that would require him to walk with a cane. These shoes sold at an auction for $162,500. Number 8. Lionel Messi's record-breaking Adidas boots. On December 22nd, 2020, Lionel Messi broke one of football's greatest records by scoring the most goals for a single club when he netted his 644th goal for Football Club Barcelona in their game against Real Madrid. The previous holder of this long-standing record is arguably the sport's most celebrated player, Pelé. The famous Brazilian scored 643 goals in 665 competitive games for Santos. For Messi, it took him 749 appearances to break the record, an incredible moment in football. These game-worn boots, the same that marked the historic moment, sold at an auction for $171,724. Number 7. Michael Jordan's Olympic game-worn Converse Fast Breaks. In 1984, Team USA won gold at the Olympics in Los Angeles. Michael Jordan's shoes from the game, which were autographed and include his orthotic inserts, sold at an auction in 2017 for $190,373. They are considered to be the last pair Jordan wore in a game as an amateur, and also the last time he wore Converse in an official game, prior to the Air Jordan revolution. Number 6. Self-lacing Nike Mag Back to the Future 2. October of 2015. The world gets its first look at Michael J. Fox modeling the self-lacing Nike's Mags from the forever feature classic Back to the Future. A year later, the highly sought-after silhouette becomes available in a raffle for the Michael J. Fox Foundation in order to help find a cure for Parkinson's. Since then, Fans have cried over unboxing videos as the shoes continue to auction for increasingly more, with the most recent bid coming in at a heavy $200,000. With a price tag like that, imagine what resale value is going to be. Number 5. Michael Jordan's NBA Finals game-worn Air Jordan 6s. The 1991 NBA Finals marked an iconic moment when Michael Jordan grabbed the torch from Magic Johnson. Before the 1991 Finals, Michael Jordan was thought of as a scoring machine incapable of winning a championship without conforming to the team concept illustrated by the likes of Magic Johnson and the Showtime Lakers. After Game 1 of the Finals, it appeared this trend would continue. However, Michael Jordan had other plans. The Bulls went on to defeat the Lakers 4-1, ushering in the Bulls dynasty. Michael Jordan won his first NBA championship and his first NBA Finals MVP. These shoes were right there on the court at the inception of the Bulls dynasty that produced 2 three-peats and 6 Finals MVPs for Michael Jordan. These shoes sold at an auction for $252,000. Number 4. 1972 Nike Waffle Racing Flat Moon Shoe. Another historic Bill Bowerman design, and as the famous story goes, Bowerman was first inspired to create the innovative waffle sole traction pattern found on the brand's early running shoes by tinkering with his wife's waffle iron, pouring rubber into the mold to create the first prototype of the sole. The finished design of the traction pattern created better grip and cushion than most running shoes of the time, and the waffle sole was Nike's first major innovation as a brand. The moon shoe got its name from the resemblance between the impression that the waffle pattern left in dirt and the famous tracks left on the moon by astronauts in 1969. By coincidence, the 50th anniversary of the moon landing takes place while this auction is live on July 20th. The final price for this legendary story piece was $437,500. Number 3. Michael Jordan's Shatter Backboard Nike Air Jordan 1s. And what can be more emblematic than the original Jordan's number 1s? This pair of sneakers made its way to history because of the revival of the documentary The Last Dance, which chronicled Michael Jordan's final season with the Chicago Bulls. These were the pair that he was wearing when the force of his lamp famously shattered the backboard during a preseason game in Italy in 1985. The piece of glass that was lodged in the sole of the last shoe is still intact. The famous sneakers reached the outrageous price of $615,000 at the online auction by Richest, in partnership with Stadium Goods. Number 2. Nike Air GT1 Prototype. These prototypes that broke every record for a publicly recorded sneaker sale were auctioned at Sotheby's and were the first documented sneaker ever surpassing the 1 million mark. These are considered the most valuable sneakers ever by many. Not to mention, it's one of the first signature shoes created exclusively for an artist instead of the usual athletes. Since then, many brands have partnered with musicians and other creative figures to create signature footwear. As Sotheby's reported, they were thrilled with the result. The sale speaks volumes of Kanye's legacy as one of the most influential clothing sneaker designers of our time. Debuted on stage at the Grammys in 2008, these sneakers created a wave in the sneaker community as people tried to identify the mysterious pair. Afterwards, we saw a series of collaborations with Nike and Kanye, and then he went to create his line at Adidas. The pair was auctioned at a whopping $1.8 million. We finally come to the number 1 place on this list. Can you guess how much are the most expensive sneakers in the world? While you do, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to get the most exquisite content on luxury. Number 1. Solid Gold Oval Air Jordan 10. Matt Senna, the creator of these solid metal sneakers, gave Drake another boost of energy in the sneaker circuit thanks to this solid gold Air Jordan 10 Oval, which Drake says weighs 100 pounds in a joking hashtag. Not that he could do much with them though, because these are indeed dipped in 24K gold, making them basically 2 rocks of gold, and Drake's the only man in the world to have them. And of course, he already showed them on Instagram. The price of these extravagant sneakers are $2,100,000. Hey, don't go too far. Stay tuned to check the next video.